What's going on, everyone? Juice Bags here, and welcome back to some mystical fun in Dungeon Defenders 2. This one, I think, really is going to be the moment of truth. The Mystic is not glorious prior to getting some shards. Once we get some shards, of course, it is on, and we're going to be beast mode. But it has been a little bit rough. There's no doubt there. So let's go ahead and get things started here. I think we're going to start off and choke this side off, like right about there. We will throw... How do we want to do this? Let's throw a couple of snakes over there. Let's throw a snake there, and then we'll get some... Did I need to do anything else? No, I think we're good on the gear. Then we need to get some serpent coils down. Let's throw 2 of them down right there. I got kind of mixed emotions what I want to do here. Part of me wants to come back a little bit, but I don't want to be too risky near the core. So why don't we go ahead and do this? We'll double wall that one right about there. And we'll throw, let's throw 2 snakes on each side. Something like that. Let's go ahead and get our trusty obelisk down. We'll just throw it right here. And let's see, what else do we want to do here? Well, we're going to want to get some sand traps in the mix on this one too. Just to get a little bit of crowd control in. And how about here? I still feel like this is going to be the spot to choke this one off, even with the limited range that we have without having any sort of shards or ascension. I feel like that building some snakes up top may be our best bet. Let's try it out. Let's see. I think we can... Let's still come all the way around. We'll go something like right there. Actually, let's just go ahead and throw 3 more down here. Oops, that one is off a little bit, I believe. All right, now what about our serpent's coils? Well, we can throw 1 there and 1 there. Let's throw 3 of them there. All right, and let's get some sand traps in. Now, of course, we're not going to have enough to build out the entire map here. Let's go 1 there, 1 there. Something like that. All right, now I feel like, I mean, we've got lots left over. The problem we're going to run into here, I hate to keep repeating this every episode, but the problem we're going to run into is we're going to have, 1 beam per enemy. Let's throw those there. I think those could end up getting destroyed too. With just the 1 beam per enemy, it's going to lead to a little bit of a challenge here. We've got 80 mana left. Of course, we can still build stuff out later as it comes. That, and I may have to move. So moving things is, of course, going to be a little bit of a pain. Let's throw some up-front snakes in here, just because why not? We'll do the same thing. Oh, actually, we're out of juice. So let's just let it fly, see how we go for wave number 1. I think Call to Madness is really going to shine here in this center lane. Had to take one for the team there. Actually, it looks like that is my first death. Surprised I haven't died more. Oh man, the walls and everything are just getting destroyed. The Serpent's Coils got taken out by just the AoE from the kobolds up here. We can throw those back down, of course, but those are just going to keep getting slapped. Luckily, they actually went off. They went off soon enough where we didn't really take any massive damage against anything. Egg is under attack. $60 mobs left. Let's get our coil back. I can't believe I only lost one Serpent's Coil there. We lost both of our Vipers, of course. Gonna need a little bit more juice before we can get that done. All right. See, everything's just getting slapped up here. All right, let's go. One more there, one more there. I feel like I need to upgrade the walls. We've got a lot of DU left, so there's lots that can be done here. That dropped in about a perfect spot. Now, we didn't have any issues over on this side, which is actually kind of surprising. Why don't we go with 2 more Vipers there for up front. We'll go 1 more there. We'll go 1 there. See, now I just feel like I'm kind of spamming them. I feel like I should get these walls upgraded. Which spamming the Sand Vipers is not the way. Now, if all the Sand Vipers could all target one enemy, then yeah, that'd be fine. This is not a huge deal. We can just slide it back here a little bit. Outside of that curse area. And then still have a ton left. Now, instinctively, I kind of want to do something in the back here to help out on Betsy when she takes that long trip, but I don't think the Vipers are going to have enough range to really do anything. I mean, there's no point in throwing more than 1, because we know only 1 beam can hit 1 enemy. So 1 Sand Viper and 1 coil back there should be it. Do we want to throw more coils up here? What about over here? I mean, I feel like all this stuff is just going to get blown up. 90 DU left. Let's just let it fly here. See how it works out. I'm going to use that Call to Madness again in the middle lane here. Wait until they get out here. Now we'll get our first pet. We're guaranteed a pet egg for beating this map. So that will actually be a nice little boost in just like as a stat stick or as an active power. Even though the pet won't do a lot, it will add to just the overall damage output that I got going. So as long as we can survive this one, and that is going to be the question, can we make it past Betsy here? Another thing we're going to get by completing this map is we complete the first major segment of the new player quest line, which is going to give us enough defender medals to buy a shard. Now, in addition to that, tomorrow I actually get my first generic tower shard from the daily login reward. Now that's guaranteed to be fortification, destruction, deadly strikes, or defense rate. So as long as it's not fortification, if it's any other shard, it will be an enormous power gain for me. All right, we didn't lose anything that time, which is good. Let's see where the curse lands. Come on, Betsy. Get to doing your thing. All right, well, that's another just absolutely awesome placement. What do we do there? I mean, we can bring them back and chain them. And then we still got the 90 left. I mean, maybe that is the way. Just CC as much as possible. More and more and more and more crowd control. All right, looks like that is all we got. So let's just dump. I feel like I really need to get some upgrades in up top there. Let me go ahead and jump down in this hole here and see what's down here. No loot. What a bummer. All right, and getting that obelisk upgraded is not going to be a bad thing either. The obelisk does big chunky damage, even with no shards or anything. It's just quite the powerhouse, so getting some upgrades on that is definitely not a bad thing. Here come the birds. We got a lot of flyers on this map, too. I mean, as we should. It is the Wyvern's Den. So let's just focus on getting those flyers burned down. I just bonked my obelisk by accident. All right, the flyers actually all died out pretty smoothly. Gonna focus on the Sand Viper first for sure. As far as what I'm gonna dump into shards. Now, like I said, today we're gonna get a shard. Tomorrow we're gonna get another shard. Now we could end up getting fortification tomorrow, which would be a huge bummer. But even so, that going on a wall is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not ideal. Definitely not what I'm looking for. All right, let's go ahead and drop these up here. Tons of XP on this map, too. We were just leveling up like mad. All right, we got some upgrades in there. Let's see if there's enough laying around for another obelisk upgrade. Does not appear that it's going to be. And we got our curse here this time, so we're fine this time as well. Got kind of lucky, haven't had to move anything. Which, you know, that is a good thing for sure. Start the wave off with another Call to Madness here in the middle. Let these guys scrap it out a little. Now for killing Betsy, I think I'm going to rely on range and just try to throw daggers at her from back here. I'm not going to get up there and try to manually slap her. Make sure these flyers all die off. I feel like I should take any mana and just throw quick upgrades on walls. Of course, when the next wave comes, it's right into the boss fight, so we're not going to have a whole lot of time to be screwing around. Let's drop it over here. I actually kind of feel like those spamming the sand traps kind of helped me out there. All right, I think that's all we got. So like I said, I'm going to kind of rely on daggers. We're going to be throwing Dark Torments up there at Betsy and see if that will get her down. And then we've got the backup, you know, flying in the back if she does take that route. Well, let's see. Let's just fight her right here. Only 100,000 health. Am I out of range? That was a big chunk. That dagger toss did real nice. I guess I'm going to have to go up here. Now, we're on the first fly around. We might be able to get her in the back here if she comes back this way. She's got to do that little hover maneuver. That was only one dagger toss. So if I would have got into range, I don't think she's going to do it. Nope, she's back on her perch. Shoot, wrong button. Get those daggers flying while she's up there. Alright, there she is with the hover. But yeah, not taking any damage. Just not enough range to reach her. Gonna need to grab some appeasement down here. $20,000 health left. She's getting there. There we go. Lagged out. She lagged out. Looks like the Dark Torment may have taken her out. Or no, the Dark Torment dropped after she did. But I was worried about that one. I was definitely worried about that one. I thought that was going to end up being a little bit sketchier than it was. Looks like we got a pretty decent dagger right there. Of course, the Betsy weapons, there's no dagger in the mix. But what did we get in the box? Now, we're guaranteed to get that pet egg. Alright, so there was our pet egg. We got some more shards. Let's pop back out the tavern and take a look at the loot. Alright, and there is our campaign completion. So we got that Gatto egg. We got 1 bum shard. We got 2 bum shards. I mean, once again, that one is usable, but it's just not good. So not something we're going to be really focusing on there. Now, we did get a little kitty cat. Let's go ahead and hatch that one. Lovely. We got hero damage and defense power. We got pretty good native rolls on it. So let's go ahead and equip that cat. And we've got a few decent gear upgrades, but more importantly, we've got quest progression. So let's go ahead and clear through that. We got a fortification shard for completing that one. And that's actually one of the reasons why I don't want, you know, I really, really don't want to get I mean, that's good enough to upgrade. But I really don't want to get a fortification started tomorrow. Let's see. We got to talk to homies over here. And then now it's off to adventure mode. But we are at 2,000 defender medals now. So we can actually buy 2 shards, which is crazy. And let's see. Let's start it off. Well, I mean, the trifecta is destruction, defense rate, and deadly strikes. Now, without a doubt, the most important shard in the game is defense rate. So we're going to buy one of those. And let's go ahead and get a destruction as well. And we are going to be in pretty darn good shape now. These are going to go on our Sand Vipers, of course. Let's see. Let's just pull that off of there and go there. The Sand Vipers, we want defense rate and destruction. Now let's take a look at the before and after here with upgrading them. Actually, let's pop those both back out and get the true look here. So we're at, we're doing 1,857 attack damage every 2 seconds. So 1,800 every 2 seconds. We pop these guys in. Let's get them upgraded. And now we take a look. We're doing 2,489 attack damage every 1.3 seconds. So we got a nice little boost in power there. Should be quite substantial in getting through those adventure modes without any issue. But anyway, that will get it for today. So the campaign is finished up. Tomorrow we get another shard. We got a Chaos 4 shard upcoming, which could end up being another defense rate with some luck. So we've got good things on the horizon. Managed to get through the campaign. That was a little bit of a struggle, but we did get through there and now should be in way better shape moving forward. But that will do it for now. Thanks a ton for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon.